Alright, so today's video we're watching a Silver 5 support on PC playing Mercy. They say, I am stuck in Silver after a very ungraceful fall from Gold last season. I am not sure what is happening or why I am losing so many matches. I generally end most matches with double the heals of everyone else in the lobby, while also managing to do damage. I don't always, but when I do, it's around 2,000 to 3,000. As Mercy? With that in mind, this is a match I just played. I feel like I did very well. However, after the match, I got a DM telling me I was a garbage support and I was the reason we lost. Other than my own C9 at the end, can we please look, review, and discuss this game as a reference point with the knowledge that this is one of my better matches? A heal bot match, but still only one death, top heals, and I was still damage boosted and resin. I know my position is not desirable. However, I prefer to see the whole arena from above as much as possible because I believe I can see more and stay out of a lot of characters' ranges while also still healing tank in midline. What is midline? Even if I am in fact the reason for all my losses, I need to know how to improve constructively. Thank you in advance. Okay, well, I'll give you the best feedback that I can. Mercury, thanks for the 36 months with the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks. Well, good thing you didn't. Didn't the Ash just die behind you?
Happy to be
When
here,
did you res your Ash?
Everyone's holidays were good.
Yeah, okay, there it is.
Wishing everyone a good new year. My dog Athena says hi, heart.
I love, like, the reaction to that. I'm like, did your Ash just die? And then eventually you're like, wait a second. You're right. My Ash did die. Vision's fine so far. Yeah, it's been fine. Well, rank silver. Yeah, I don't know if you could have res your Juno. I don't know where your Juno died at. I didn't really see it either. I mean, your position has been fine so far. The only problem is you mentioned it earlier. And okay, first of all, you mentioned that like, you want to get full vision of the team. But the thing is like you can get vision of the team without flying around like that. That Widow shouldn't kill you. You say you like to do this and that because you like to get vision, but I want you to see what the Widow sees. Ready? This is what the Widow's gonna see from you. You see how easy of a kill that can be? If I'm on Widow, would I be able to kill you? And the answer is probably yes at that point. And if anybody who's seen my Widow knows what that means. You gotta understand the situation on the heroes you're playing against. You have plenty of cover here. You don't need to fly around the map to be able to play like right here and see where your teammates are at. Now, let's say that their team was running the Cassidy and a Genji. Your movement there is going to be fine. Like if they're running Cassidy and Genji, you can fly around the map all day long like that because the range of Cassidy won't be able to get you. And the Genji is going to struggle to follow up on you once you do your first movement. But if they have a Widow, why chance that? If they have an Ashe, I mean, maybe even a Sojourn. Like if you're going up against sniper heroes with range, if you fly into the open, that's how they're going to get you. Let's just pretend the Widow doesn't kill you here. Maybe that changes an ultimate your teammate uses. Maybe that leans more survivability. Maybe you hold this point the whole time. And you see where I'm saying? Like, you have to look at the little things. A lot of players are, like, looking for this one, like, aha moment in a game of, like, oh, this is why I lost. But that's not always how it goes. You talking about watching the Rouse tournament? I think it's just going to be on streams today. I don't know what time they started at. I'm sorry. There you go. Healing everybody up, kind of. Before, outside of that now remember, they have walls, which means that once they actually, okay, yeah, Widow sells walls. Remember, they have walls, so even if your teammates are winning this team fight, then there you go, you're good now. Your teammates are on, you can push up. There you go. So far, like I said, the mistake that you're making is that it's just not recognizing the comp they have. That's it. That's certainly a default. I don't know what the point of that one was, but it was there. Yeah, I don't have the chat under there because my scenes are broken and I haven't fixed them yet. That's it. Aren't you like... Aren't you... Okay. Isn't there a range to this? Doesn't it feel like you're just taking away value from your ultimate by going that high up in the air? Like, why not just play it a little bit safer and like hide behind one of the cover to make sure you're getting consistently full value out of your ultimate. It just feels like you're trying to do too much. You said you want to get vision, but I just want to point out you can get vision like here. See? Look at great cover. Only thing you have to worry about is this flank and this flank. And even then, like, if they shoot at you, unless they hit some crazy headshot, you can just slingshot off your diva and then go here. Like, there's just a lot you can do. I feel that if you fly away really high into the air, it looked like it was disconnected. Was I wrong? But yeah, anyway, now that the other team has switched off of the Widow, you are going to have a little bit more opportunity to have a little bit more of the way you want to use your movement. Just, you know, like, this is what I mean. Like, now you can kind of go back into that movement that you like because they're off of Widow, right? Now, obviously, that means, you know, you have to stay out of range of a Reaper, but that's good. So, like, you can see right there where you're a little bit closer to them and you're playing the way they want to, so not bad. Good job keeping your baby diva alive, using your movement to go to your Mei, and then you're gonna go back. Much better. Much better.
Amplifying your power. Target's locked. Open fire. Let me see what I can do.
Not bad. Okay, now I watch you just heal as much as you can.
Not so fast.
Damage boost, everything's good. So far, so good.
Damage intensified.
Good heal. Good res. Everything's fine. Yeah, so far, so good. Second point's been much better. And then you can stay in the Juno ultimate if you want to. Healing your Mei. Good job on finding your Mei in the middle of the open. Your Mei was the one not there. Your Mei might need a little bit of help in a second. Okay, so this is something that you need to recognize. You see your Mei ice block. You go, okay, they're fine. But then, like, of course, that's going to be one of the immediate targets after. So this is kind of on you not recognizing that your Mei is going to need help for a little bit longer. That just because your Mei is safe for a second does not mean they won't follow up on that. Like, that's going to be one of the easier follow-ups. So just pay attention to that. I think you could have kept your Mei alive a little bit longer, and maybe that turns the fight because your Mei does have ultimate. There you go. Good res in the Diva, or the Juno, excuse me. Diva's already alive. Good Val.
Supplying damage increase.
Val's good so far. So far, so good. Valk was fine. Kept your teammates alive. Damage boosted back and forth so far. There you go, good. Yeah, a lot of your problem just comes down to kind of what something you recognized already is your positioning can sometimes be off based off of the comp. And then, like, recognizing who's your target priority for healing. Like I said, for example, the Mei and the ice block. It's really just the little things for you. That's really all it is. You gotta clean up that part of your gameplay, at least as of right now. That is a Reaper. I like how you just, like, got to the Reaper, started spamming ping, and then just left. Okay. Good res. There's a movement to get out. So far, that's fine. Backing away, flying away. Everybody up. Yeah, this is fine. Watch for your Mei now. Your Mei's dead. Kind of a rough Mei ult. It got lucky, it got someone. Yeah, you gotta get to your Juno in that situation a lot quicker. I feel like your Juno could have survived that. Yeah, you just have a target priority thing you need to clean up on. I would not res that. Yeah, good call. Good decision making there at the end. Not bad.
10 seconds.
Stand strong. We can do this.
Damage boost to Sojourn a little bit. That could be a good idea. Yeah, Sojourn would definitely benefit from that. And that's kind of goes with the target priority thing, is like recognizing. Also, your Juno gets picked off a lot, I realize. So try to, like, these are situations where you need to start, like, recognizing why your teammates are dying. And this is where I would keep a bit more of an eye on your Juno, because I think your Juno is not. They're not, like, recognizing their position and it's getting them killed a lot. You see it right there. The Juno kind of ends up in front. So, yeah, because this Valk is definitely within range here. So I'm trying to figure out why your stuff wasn't locking on first point. I guess you must have been really high up in the air. You spam voice lines a lot? Oh yeah, I'm sure your teammates will love that.
Hello.
I don't... If you want me to be honest with you, I don't know why your teammate would message you after the game and say you're just bad. Like the worst support ever. Like, I don't see that part. I don't see where that would happen. It's like, you're not playing bad by any means. Like, you're not playing bad by any means. You know, obviously you've had a couple decision-making things, but that hasn't been make or break. What are my thoughts on damage boost in tanks versus DPS? As a tank player, damage boost DPS. That's my, like, I don't mind being damage boosted. It's all situational, right? Like, let me ask you this question about damage boosting. If I'm a tank player and I'm playing Circuit Royale and I'm on Sigma and like your snipers can't get an angle or your teammates can't get an angle, I don't have a problem being damage boosted as Sigma. But I also recognize that, like, and this comes from somebody who plays a lot of tank. It's about understanding the value that damage boost can bring to, let's say, a Sojourn, an Ashe, etc. Even a Mei right click. Is the impact of the damage that those DPS will do will be far stronger than what I'll do on, like, peppering them as D.Va over again. It's like, I don't mind being damage boosted as a tank, but listen, if we have a Sojourn hitting shots, a Mei hitting shots, I have no problem if I don't see a damage boost the whole game as a tank. Straight up. That's where it's situational. I don't want to get in the mindset of like, oh, never damage boost a tank, because that's not a true statement. It's more along the lines of like, recognize where the strength of your team is and then damage boost that. In this comp right now, I would damage boost the Sojourn, because the D.Va is going to have to play more defensively at times if they don't want to get demeched on cooldown. So like, if I'm the D.Va in this situation, you're either going to all in the Bastion to kill the Bastion, or you're going to fly around the map to not get demeched by the Zarya. Do you see what I'm saying? How you would kind of play around the map? So it's one of those things where it's situational, so I don't want to get too deep in to tell them not to do that. But yeah, I mean, like, I think like damage boosting the Sojourn would be a great play here. Like, your D.Va getting demeched is not going to be because you weren't damage boosting them or healing. It's going to be because they're sitting like right in front of them. I don't mind the res there. Yeah. Now you would heal your tank for a second because your teammate's dead in the back line anyway. You try to get out. I would just be careful. Do not get staggered here. And what I mean by that is, as long as you... Wow, your D.Va actually popped off. Yeah, I would definitely try to find a little bit more damage boost times. I think, like... Okay, here's a good way to explain it. If you're the D.Va in this situation, this isn't going to be because your Mercy isn't holding left click on you. If you're getting demeched and you're making bad plays, it's probably because your teammates are out of position and like you're not playing the way that you would want to correctly play against the scenario that you're in front of. Like, if I'm playing against a Zarya, I would highly recommend that you don't just stand in front of people. You need to time it. Like, you become... Like, I guess we're kind of helping with the D.Va VOD at this point, too. If there's a Bastion, you're going to want to be like an assassin on the Bastion. You're not going to be a... Oh, you see me directly in front of you, let me do this type of... You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's also on the D.Va to kind of play around what their comp's running, not just stand in front of a Zarya and play D.Va like you're playing Zarya. But anyway, that's a whole different story on this VOD. Hey! Good job! That was, you know what? You could just take full credit for that one, because why not? Right? All right.
Let's keep each other safe. I'm under attack. Hands ahead.
Good job. Good movement. Recognizing your Juno wasn't going to get to you. Everything was good there.
Good choice.
Now let's head back to your right here in a second. What is the problem again? What we talked about earlier. Your D.Va's just running in front of the Zarya. Right? Like... Now, in that situation, maybe you can heal your D.Va a little bit because it's obvious to me that, I don't know, it's hard to call. Just your D.Va needs to stop flying in front of the Zarya. Like, you can play against the Zarya. I have no problem playing against the Zarya as D.Va. It's like, you just need to not play in front of the D.Va. You need to fly around the... Like, this is a VOD for D.Va, too. If you're playing D.Va and they have a Zarya that's just standing here on the cart, look at all the high grounds you have. You have so much cover here that you can take advantage of that, like, this is why I always tell people, as long as you don't play in front of the Zarya and stand in front of them, you're gonna be fine. Like, look at this. Like, you have so much opportunity to just, like, play around them. Play the height. Like, look for your timings. Don't just stand in front of them. Anyway, sorry, we're doing both now. Yep. I love that you actually you get them in your game. Sometimes it's awesome. I love that. Yeah, I mean, there definitely needs to be a little bit of an increase of damage boost. I agree. Like that soldier could definitely benefit from a damage boost, and so far they've gotten your picks. Like that's a situation where I feel like recognizing where the strength of your team's happening right now, your soldier's been doing a good job. They've gotten a lot of picks, so like this is where you go into damage boost on your soldier mode now. Like give your teammates opportunity for a little bit. Damage boost your soldier. See if they can do that, right? Yeah.
This will help you.
You said movement is only so important. You feel the higher you go, the better the tracking gets. I can explain to you the movement that the good mercies do in top 500 is it's more of the, they kind of do like a, there's like an L sound, right? Or like a 7. Does that make sense? Where they'll fly, but then they'll go at like a, let me say, I'll pause in a second. They'll fly like this. You ready? They do this. They go like this, then boom. Does that make sense? Like whenever I see the good mercies in ranked in top 500, like their flight is like this. So like they'll go to fly to the diva, then they'll go. Poof. Does that make sense? They don't go like fly to the diva, float up, and then go like this. They just like they do like a sharp turn. They'll be like. Poof. That's how they do their movement. Now, how you do that, that just comes with practice, but that's what a lot of really good mercies do, which is why they become a lot harder to kill in top 500 is because of that movement itself. It's not that the tracking gets better, therefore the movement doesn't matter. It's more of like you have to change how your movement is to be able to make it so it's very unlikely they get to you.
You'll be fine now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There definitely needs to be more damage boost. I mean, that's straight up. Yeah, that's fine. You didn't get the res off. Remember.
Enhancing your strength. Cover.
I think sometimes, maybe I can explain this better in a second. Great Diva ult. I'm going to wait a second to pause. I just want to see. Good heals. I mean, you're trying your best, so you can Valk this. You can Valk that. Yeah, good Valk. Remember, damage boost exists here too, so don't be afraid to... Okay. I'm waiting for the right pause moment. I can do it right now. Okay, I think what gets lost a lot of the time and why some mercies just don't like to damage boost is because they feel like their teammates are going to die. The problem is that you lose so much value when you do that. One, damage boosting will also feed some of that L charge back. But you have to remember that when the other team is taking a lot of damage, they won't be able to do what they're doing to your teammate. So that's why damage boost is really strong. And then damage boost is other things. You're like, yeah, but like, what if my teammates get low? Well, if you do a good job of balancing your damage boost and your healing boost, you're kind of getting a double whammy at that point, right? You're able to heal them up to full when they start taking a little bit more damage. And then when you're damage boosting them when they're at full HP, you get a benefit. Do you see? So you can get quicker Valks when your teammates take damage and like actually take damage that can be healed and you can see it happening. You get more health charge. You might miss out on 1 or 2 Valks a game where you aren't gonna get those Valks because you're not giving yourself opportunity. If you don't like seeing your teammates taking damage and you're like, holy crap, that's damage. Imagine what happens when you damage boost your own teammates and they're doing the same damage to the other team. Then they become reactionary and you're like, okay, this is gonna be a little bit rough. So yes, I think like sometimes you just need to trust that damage boosting is the play more than just like, let me go into heal bot mode. Because you're still going to get good heals done. It's just... Like, that's on your Diva. Like even then, like, honestly, I just damage boost my soldier at that point. Because your Diva's just sitting in front of a Zarya, right? That's their fault.
Fall back. Fall back.
Ramattra, at your side.
Okay, here we go.
Right, the payload won't progress like
Are you healing your Ashe? Good res. Now, this is good. Damage boost your Ashe. Don't even worry about your Ramattra right now. Just damage boost. Yes. Now you can heal your Ramattra for a second. Boom. Now go back to your Ashe. Damage boost your Ashe. Let your Juno take care of the Ramattra. Like, think about that. If your Juno can keep your Ramattra alive. Damage boost the Ashe. Yes, there you go. Much better. Damage boost your soldier now. Damage boost your soldier. Your soldier is running at them with an ult. Like, do you see? This is where the reactions need to shift a little bit, right? That would be a good opportunity to do that. Right? Using the spin move there for the res. Going up in the air. Nice.
Get in there, boosting your damage.
What rank is this? Silver. And they bet in gold. Okay, wait a second. I do want to pause, just so I can make sure I get these stories correct. You really got messaged after this game by someone, and they said you were a garbage support and you were the reason you lost? That actually happened? You've had some misplays, but I have not seen that. That's... I love damage boosting Bob. I mean, it's probably not bad. I mean, damage boosting Bob. There you go. Good job damage boosting the soldier. More damage boost, by the way. I think at times you just need to trust the damage boost. Heals. Okay, ready? Valk now. Okay, let's pause. Let's pause.
Never die.
I don't understand what's happened in this game. How do you go from fully heal botted to then when you need to actually go into heal / Valk mode to keep your Ramatra alive, you stand there? Like, this is the part that gets confusing to me, is like, this is where the decision making is you need to clean that up. And I think that your target priority, and when I say target priority, I'm not saying who you get on damage wise, it's who you heal and like who you damage boost, etc. I think that's been your problem, is like you just, it's very inconsistent on how you play Mercy here at times. Because like, you went from like full heal bot mode to like towards the end of the game, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna damage boost, but then like my Ramatra could really benefit from being like double pocketed here just to make sure they survive during their ultimate, which can like gain really good map control, and then you choose to stand there. Do you see where I'm a little bit confused by that one? I think this is where you'll really be able to fix this gameplay and really fix what you're doing. Because like, this is where you're struggling a bit, at least in my opinion. You res the Ramatra, but once again, like, I feel like this is a res that never needed to happen to begin with. So not to be rude, but will I play games? Yes, I do. I start my streams with recording, some spectators, then I'll be playing a Nuzlocke challenge, which we'll be talking about after. I got one more after this. All right. Vision, thanks for the tier 1. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. But wait, your Juno's the one that told you that you were the worst support ever? I can't. Okay. Well, whatever they said. Yes, here you go. Now, this is a spot where you could damage boost your Ashe or your Diva because they have all that there. Nice. Damage boost your soldier. Yes, just damage boost your soldier. Good job. They're ultin, not the best ultimate. Okay. You shouldn't lose this fight, by the way. Even though they have Mauga ultimate, a Bob Juno ultimate just wins this. Straight up. Now Juno ultimate by your Juno. Okay.
I'm at the height of my performance. We are running out of time. I need some assistance. Heroes never die.
That res might get you the, if they can remech. That res can get you Diva out on point. Good res. Oh, good cleanse, good everything. So far, so good. You've done a good job of keeping this fight going. It's not going to go well, I don't think, but... Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even blame yourself for not touching point there. That game was over. Yeah, the funny part is you mentioned that it was your Juno that said that you were, just to quote this again, that you were garbage at support and you were the reason you lost. I disagree. I don't think you were the reason you lost this game. Is there stuff that you can improve on? Absolutely. But that goes every game. Everybody, we all have, whether you're in top 500, whether you're in silver, you're going to have moments like this. Like, I would say this much at this point. Like, I think for you, it's just about target priority. Trust the damage boost a little bit more. I think you need to, like, really recognize that you miss out on ult charge because of it, and that if your teammates dip below like 70% HP, then yeah, you heal them up, but guess what? Your ult charge goes up. I think sometimes when you get into like full heal bot mode, you actually miss out on a lot of value. I just think I want you to trust your damage boost more and also get a little bit better at your target prior. If your D.Va is going to run at them in a straight line against a Zarya over and over again, at a certain point, you're not going to be able to heal them. You probably won't be able to keep your tank alive if they're misplaying how they're going into that. So what you do is you find value elsewhere. Damage boosting your soldier puts more pressure on their Zarya, and then because their Zarya has more pressure, now the Zarya can't run at your D.Va, and now it's a lot easier to keep your D.Va alive. Do you kind of see how this domino effect can really help you when you're on Mercy? And how, like, in your mindset there, you're like, oh, if I just keep him healed, it's going to be fine. But sometimes you need to recognize that it's the damage output to the other team that is going to end up winning you the game, rather than constantly making sure your soldier is sitting above 100% HP. I think if you do that, you're going to start to see a steady climb back up there, because I don't think you have bad movement, especially in silver and like gold. Like you said, you were in gold for a bit. This movement is more than enough. I mean, this is movement you'll see in like plat and above, right? And then as you get higher, you'll have to learn more movement, but yeah, you're not bad by any means. I think you can definitely climb, and I definitely don't believe that support was correct in saying that you're a garbage support and the reason you lost. I would work on that stuff, clean up that gameplay, and you can climb. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes. If you haven't, leave a comment. All of that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. That's where we do that. We also record these live on stream on YouTube, stream on Twitch, so stop by if you haven't. We have a lot of fun here. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.